Welcome back to the shop. Today we're going to walk through making this clock for my wife's office. I used some pretty interesting techniques to get the edge trimming on, and I hope that you'll stay tuned and watch us do this build. Now that the panels are all glued up, I'm going to start taking them off the clamps. They've been sitting for a couple of days, so they should be good to go. Oh yeah, those came out really nice. Okay, so next up, we'll go to the sanding station and get these looking a lot better than they are. Today we picked up a new random orbital sander, and I've never used one before, so I decided to kind of just redo the little sanding area we've got here. We got some of this sticky shelf stuff to keep things from moving around while using the sander. Holds things in place pretty good. I moved the belt sander over. I got my palm sander here, and this one here already all rigged up and ready to go. So I'm going to get out a little 80 grit and see if I can learn how to use this thing. Okay. Oh, I see. Okay, looks good. Cool. Alright, put on my hearing protection here and we'll get busy. Wow, that is remarkable. Work on the 80 with this. And step it to 100 or 120. We'll come back out there. In this scene here, we are watching the pieces for the side of the box getting cut on the table saw sled. At the time, I didn't really think to record anything for that, but yep, there we go. All the pieces are sanded now, and it's almost time for assembly. I just want to give it a quick little dry fit here to make sure that I'm liking how everything's going to go together. Okay, so here's everything all clamped up here now that it's all done. I'm not sure if I have quite enough on there, but that should do us for the moment. I'm going to let this dry out so I don't have to worry about those sides falling down anymore. And you know, I'm sitting here sanding, and the more I look at this, the more I really like the idea of this becoming a clock. A little shelf clock. The clockwork's in the middle, numbers are on the sides. I wonder if maybe some feet or a little base might give us a little bit more life, right here. You know, I just happen to have this little bit of cherry. This little bit of cherry back here that might just do something for that. Let's see what I can do. So after a minor hiccup with the battery on the camera, I got a little bit ahead of myself, so I'm just going to take this out the clamps and review briefly what I did. So I'm taking them all out of the clamps here, and what I did is I put a couple of wood blocks on the inside so that the screws would reach in order to put this cherry trim on the edge here. And while the miters didn't come out quite as perfect as I would have liked, I think a little sanding should do us, and that'll be our clock here. Okay, so now we're back over the workbench, and we're going to get ready for the clockworks to go in. Now, I want to roughly center this here, and just to make sure I'm going to have enough room for the movement, I'm going to take the longest hand, which is the second hand, and just kind of spin it in place and make sure it goes around and stays inside, which it does. So this is a good point for us to be at. I can then go right about here. And that'll be good. Now, in order to make sure that the hole is right, I've got this cool little gauge, and by taking the post and putting it through the various holes until I find one that fits just right, it looks like 5/16 is our winner. So, I'll drill that out, and we'll put this in. Okay, now it's just a matter of sliding the clockworks in from the back. Putting on the little brass washer. Hoping you can see what I got going on here. And then tightening it down. Now, these things are primarily plastic and what have you, so I can't see going all out with a wrench. There's just no need. And then put on the outer hand. Minute hand, like so. Oops. Boy, these are fragile, aren't they? And then we have a clock. Now this looks really good as is, but I'm certainly going to do a little bit more here. I want to do a little bit of cleanup. Definitely want to make sure that those hands are a little bit straighter. And then I'm going to see if I can't beg the better half to maybe take out her Cricut and make some numbers for us. Alright, here we go. Going to disassemble it again. Trying to be reasonably gentle with these giant fingers here. And get everything all done without losing anything. That'll be great. Alright, now cloth is kind of wipe it down, get most of the dust off here. And I think I'm going to hit it one more time with the sand. I'm not going to bore you with that, but I got some marks on here that just need to be evened out a little bit. And then we'll come back for the finishing. I'm going to put up my finishing board here. As you can tell, I get a lot of stuff on it, which is better than getting it on my table. So I'll be back in just a couple minutes. Okay, sanding's all done. I just brushed it off a little bit. I'm going to wipe it down one more time. I'm going to go with some tongue oil here. Just grab it out of the cabinet. This will darken it up a little bit and really make that grain pop out. I'm just using a cheapo dollar store 3-inch wide brush to throw this on, and that way get some nice even coverage here. Now normally I would put it in a little cup or something, but I seem to have forgotten mine, so we're just going to pour and spread. Let's do a little bit up here. I'll get that going. Oh yeah, that's beautiful. I don't know how well that's showing up on camera, but you will definitely like this after. Just making everything just kind of shimmer. And yes, I normally recommend wearing gloves. I just didn't think about that. Okay. I'm going to come back to this in about 15 minutes and just wipe down any excess that's not soaked in at this point, or at that point. And then we let it sit for 24 hours before we put the clockworks back in it. Alright, so here it is the next day. Everything's been wiped down. It actually didn't need to be wiped at all. Feels really good, nice, soft, dry to the touch. I'll put our clockworks back in place. I think I might do some numbers on the Cricut machine that my wife has, but honestly, I kind of like it just the way it is. I don't know, get some input in from the ladies of the house and see what they have to say. They voted for numbers, so we've come up. Everything's been dry for quite a while now. We're going to take our square and just kind of line off the middle and just put some really light marks where our numbers are going to go. And then my helper is going to come out here and we're going to attach. So now she's got all the numbers upside down in the box. We have spray adhesive, and we're going to cover those pretty heavily with the spray adhesive and give it a couple of seconds to set up, and then place them on the box. I'm going to take a little bit of clear coat and just lightly go over everything. We'll let that dry. So there it is, the clock from my wife's office. This thing came out really, really pretty. We've got the quartz works inside, ready for a battery, and it's all good. Thanks for hanging out with us. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe, and stay tuned. We'll get more videos coming.